Awesome, that's good to hear, everyone. Well, my name is Jay, and I'll be driving you guys up there this afternoon. It's only going to take about a 15-minute journey up to get to the glacier. Now when we're up there, you guys will be able to walk around for a little bit and get a little bit of a better view of the glacier and these buses as well. You guys can take some pictures while we're up there. While we're going up, if you guys do get warm or want to take good photos without any glare, feel free to open up any of the windows to either side of you. But please remain seated while the bus is moving. So right now we are exiting the subalpine zone and entering into the alpine zone. And at the moment we're at an elevation of about 2,100 meters above sea level. And up here nature is stripped down to its bare bones as only the strongest of plants are able to survive. So if you guys take a look over to the left-hand side of our bus, you can see that all those trees you guys saw coming up the shuttle road have really thinned out. And these are going to be the last trees you guys see for about an hour, as they are the last ones that grow up this high. So the reason for this is because up at altitudes this high we have very harsh and long weather conditions, and it's very difficult for these plants to grow, and also very poor quality soil. But it does make it a pretty good place for some of our bighorn sheep to come hang out, and you guys may get lucky enough to see some today, as they do this quite often. Now they do this for a number of reasons. One is because they love eating the small little plants that you just saw on the left-hand side of our bus. The next reason is, oddly enough, they will stand around and lick the rocks and dirt. And what they're doing here is they absorb a mineral called keratin that they don't get in their vegetarian diet, and it allows their horns and hooves to grow to their full potential. It's actually the exact same mineral that allows humans to grow hair and fingernails, but I don't recommend anybody going outside and licking any of the rocks today, as you guys may look a little bit weird. Now the last reason these animals come up this high is to avoid the large predators like the bear, wolf, and cougar, who don't tend venturing up this high because of the lack of large vegetation to hide behind. So as we come around this turn right here, we are going to pick up a little bit of speed, but if you guys take a look directly in front of our bus as we make this turn, you're going to get your very first good view of the Athabasca Glacier. So right on our right hand side here, this big wall of dirt and debris directly beside us is known as the Lateral Moraine. Now I'm sure you guys learned a little bit about moraines on the way up here, but moraine is just a word used to describe rock or debris that is left behind as a result of a glacier moving through an area. So lateral meaning side. If you guys take a look at how tall that mound of dirt is there, that is a representation of how tall the glacier would have been back at its original push. But these moraines are very brittle. So once they don't have enough glacier to brace themselves up against on the opposite side, they will start to deform and collapse a little bit, as you can see on our right now. We will be transferring directly onto this lateral moraine very shortly in order to make it onto the glacier, and that will be the steepest part of our journey. The flat area that we are about to drive onto here now, it was our original transfer maze that we used from 1983 up until 2013. So if you came here just 4 years ago, you would have been all the way up here with your shuttle bus, and then this is where you would have got off and boarded onto your Ice Explorer. But this area began to naturally shrink year by year, and eventually it became too small for us to park our buses on each evening. Alright guys, so we have reached one of the more exciting parts of our tour here. This is one of the steepest non-paved commercial roads in all of North America. Now we do have to wait for this bus in front of us to get all the way to the bottom before we can proceed. So if you guys want to stand up quickly in your seats right now and get a little bit of a better look at the road, feel free to do so.
Is the window open? I have no idea. Yeah, it's in there. Holy. Gotta drop my phone. The wheels. Are we gonna go or? Oh, there's a bus coming up. There's a bus coming up.
Alright, is everyone ready to head down?
Maybe.
Awesome. I just need one really big favor from you guys before we do head down here. Right underneath your seats there are some seatbelts. If you guys could just strap those over above yourself right before we head down, that'd be fantastic.
Oh, where?
I am just kidding, everyone. There are no seatbelts.
Oh my goodness!
Alright, is everyone ready?
No. It's on YouTube for me. Oh yeah, here we go. Going out like this.
Differential bottom as well as an target. And then lots of head up and go like that. So right now we're running on 6 low pressure Terra tires. And the tires on this bus only operate at about 14 psi apiece. Now this makes them very, very good for maintaining traction down big hills like this, as well as not doing any damage to the glacier while we are out there. Now each one of the tires on this bus right now is worth about $5,000 apiece. Right now we're on the first $1,000 Bus is also a very unique vehicle. It is one of only 23 of these Ice Explorers in the entire world. 22 of them are owned and operated right here at Brewster, giving tours just like the one you're on now. If you're wondering where the last one is, it is stationed in Jasper, and it's used to transport scientists. Now, if you were to buy one of these buses back in 1981 when they were first produced, you would have been looking at a price of about $350,000. Today, these buses are worth $1.3 million.
Say hi to YouTube.
Alright guys, so it doesn't appear as though we are traveling on the glacier quite yet. However, we actually are. So the portion that we're on right now is known as the Ice Explorer Moraine. So all of these rocks that you guys see around us, as well as right on our road, they would have all been once a part of the Athabasca Mountain right over here on our left-hand side. But something called the Freeze-Thaw Cycle causes them to crack off and come falling down. The Freeze-Thaw Cycle is when water will seep inside of cracks in the sedimentary rock that the Athabasca Mountain is made of, And overnight that water freezes, and once it freezes it expands, and it will cause a lot of stress on that rock, forcing it to crack off and come falling down. Now it's not necessarily a bad thing because all of these rocks are providing a very, very nice insulation blanket over top of the glacier, and they protect it from things that would normally make it melt, like wind, water, and the sun. So right in the area we're on right now, there's about 1 meter of bedrock underneath of us, and this is the slowest melting part of the glacier. So if you look right over to our left-hand side, you can actually see the ice emerging from the dirt over there. So it just gives you an idea of how much ice is actually right under this area.